warm welcome to House Report, reaching you from our Abuja studio in Nigeria. I am Shogun Babaranti. We'll start with a breaking news. Report just reaching our studio has it that acting President Goodluck Jonathan has dissolved the federal cabinet. We'll bring you details as events unfold. Now, on this edition, House rejects slighting of identity. That and other stories coming shortly.
Can we candidly say, in all honesty, based on the oath of office we have taken as parliamentarians, that what happened in Edo, based on the report so far, can be said to be democratic? No! In favor of
The Nigerian House of Representatives says it will no longer accept continuous slighting of the identity in the scheme of things. This follows a belated letter acting President Goodluck Jonathan sent to the House to seek approval to appoint 5 special advisers to assist him in the performance of his functions. Chairman House Committee on Rules and Business, Honorable Ita Enang, said requests for the approval should come simultaneously to the Senate and the House of Reps, and not after one chamber had already dealt with the matter.
Mr. Speaker, this was a letter written by the President saying that it was a mistake to have only made a reference or made a request from the Senate for this approval, knowing that Section 151 requires a reference, approval of the whole National Assembly.
Honorable Halim Zagoda also aired his view on the issue.
Now the issue is throughout last week, all newspapers in this country were awash that the acting president sent requests to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the appointment of 5 special advisors. You see, we need to be totally guided by the Constitution. If ministers are to be appointed, the appointing authority needs to look at the Constitution and see what the Constitution says. If special advisor is to be appointed, nothing stops the appointing authority to also look at the Constitution and see what the Constitution says about such appointment.
Deputy Speaker Usman Bayero Nafada, who presided over the plenary, stated the position of the House.
We have identified that there is a problem on the part of the executive for their failure to send the same request to the House as at the time they were sending it to the Senate. But this should be the last time. This should be the last time that the House will remind them as to this responsibility. Henceforth, if they like to decide and they go back to the House, we cannot remind them, and whatever they do on that is illegal. And we will not have to do anything. Now, those in favor of this motion to say aye. Those against it say nay.
As the debate opened on the general principles of the over 347.5 billion naira Federal Capital Territory Appropriation Bill, Nigerians were assured of an overall improvement in the standard of infrastructures within the fast-growing territory. In his late debate, House Leader Honorable Tunde Akogun highlighted the 2010 FCT budget as including the development of a standard gauge rail track for improved transportation within the metropolis.
Includes the development of standard gauge rail track for improved transportation within the FCT. Other critical sectoral transportation include those of education to address the problem of overpopulation of some FCT schools. The health sector is sought at the beginning a boost so as to provide expanded secondary health facilities to accommodate more settlements in the FCT.
Akogun said about 36.2 billion naira earmarked for personnel and 33 billion naira for overhead were mere 20% of the total budget figure, leaving the remaining 80% to address the pressing need for provision of infrastructure. Honorable Sita Enang, Leo Ogo, Femi Gbajabiamila, among others, gave a favorable assessment of the budget. They said for the budget to be realizable, the FCT's administration must be up and doing in facing that daunting challenges.
System. The budget also is funded properly by the VAT recovery that the FCT also gets, and by 8-2. The budget is properly funded, and I think that the deficit is minimal. If you look at the presentation from the budget analysis, you will see that there are internal revenue restrictions.
They harped on the need for the FCT administration to justify the huge appropriation for the 2010 budget by improving on the provision of infrastructure, utilities, and the opening up of new satellite towns in the FCT. In another development, Honorable Dino Melaye craved members' indulgence on a 200 billion naira intervention fund the federal government approved and released to boost agriculture and consolidate food security in the nation. Quoting Order 8 Rule 2 of the House Standing Rule, Dino said the fund, which was to be disbursed to genuine farmers nationwide to improve on farm mechanization and product output, had not been so disbursed, and the amount had been cleared from governmental treasury.
The distribution of 200 billion naira to farmers across the globe with the cooperation of the government. Across the country. Mr. Speaker, the money has since been released, and it's about a year now, but the money is yet to be disbursed.
After his submission, members, through a voice vote, agreed to take the matter on, while Dino Melaye was to come up with a substantive motion to be debated during next plenary. Following the quarry market fire incident in Kano State, Nigeria, the House of Representatives has agreed to a motion to send a high-powered delegation to commiserate with the victims, people, and government of the state. Honorable Danlami Hamza from Kano State raised a motion on the matters of urgent national importance, and it took a rather short time to get the notes of the lawmakers. Danlami had earlier called attention to the fire disaster, which resulted into the loss of billions of naira in Nigeria's biggest textile market.
The Kano market is international in both scope and ownership. You find people from as far away as Central African Republic, as far as Chad, Mauritania, coming to buy and sell textiles in that market. The market ownership originally was dominated but since the digitalization between Nigerians and moved in, at this point in time, I make room to see the vast majority of the shops are owned not by Cameroonians, but by Nigerians who want to have it diaspora. Mr. Speaker, I cannot begin to emphasize the impact, the negative impact of the disaster that the country has. I bring the indulgence of this House to the one point, show solidarity and all of the federal government agencies as well as the state government to put hands together and see how to salvage what is left there.
Members also urged relevant government agencies to distribute relief materials to the victims, while the federal and state governments should look at areas of possible cooperation in resuscitating the bond market and providing it with modern facilities to prevent recurrence. Former Speaker Patricia Ete will lead a group of other representatives on the Kano visit. The House also passed for third reading a bill for an act to establish the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Nigeria, and a bill for an act to repeal Trade Unions Act and make comprehensive provisions for collective labor relations. And that will be all on this edition of House Report. Thanks for logging on.